Right, everyone, we're back again with the 30-day side hustle challenge, and today is day 12. I still got this cold, this cough, sorry. Um, as you know, we're using the book Side Hustle by Chris Guillebeau. So we're following that chapter by chapter, day by day. So today is day 12, and it is entitled Decide How to Price Your Offer. Now, selecting a price, setting a price for your product or service can be difficult. You know, a lot of people, there's a temptation to really lowball your offer, your price, in order to make that first sale. Now, as tempting as that may be, I would highly suggest you do not do that, right? You really need to set a price of what you're worth, what your product is worth, what your service is worth, what your time is worth. Now, you want to basically use a cost plus pricing model. So depending on what your product or service costs to produce, and then you add onto that. So let's say you're selling a product, you figure out what your total cost is to produce that product, and then you either set a dollar amount, a set dollar amount, or a set percentage above that. So, you can set 10% profit margin, or 15, or 30, whatever it is, or you want to make $50 per unit sold. Okay, so it's going to either be a set dollar amount or a set percentage. Now, you also want to consider, sorry, you also want to consider your projected sales volume. If it's something that's rather unique in the industry, you might not have a whole lot of sales, right? You might have a very low sales volume. So in that case, you want to make sure your profit margins are a lot higher than it would be, let's say, if you were selling, let's say you're selling 2 items every month, right? If it's that much of a unique kind of a niche market, 2 every month, you have to set a pretty high profit margin, a couple $100 per unit. But if you were selling, 2 or 3 every day, for the whole month, you could set a much lower profit margin. So definitely consider what your projected sales volume is going to be. That's going to definitely help you out in determining what type of profit margin to set on both, really, on either product or service. So if you're selling a service, you want to consider what your minimum hourly income would be, right? So you want to figure out how long it's going to take you to finish, the service, the project, and then let's say it's 10 hours to finish up, the project, right? To provide the service, and you want to make, I don't know, $100 per project. That's $10 an hour, right? Now you want to make, as a rule of thumb, you should set your hourly rate at least to what you're making now in your hourly job, right? So if you're making $25 an hour, you want to set your hourly rate for your side hustle at least $25 an hour. Okay, this is a rule of thumb. But again, factor in how long it's going to take you to finish, to provide the service, right? To provide the product, to finish the project. Jeez, I can't talk. So if you're, detailing cars, and it's going to take you 3 hours to fully detail by hand, one car, and you have to figure out whatever you want to make, per project, divide that by your hourly rate, okay? Or divide that by the project amount to get you your hourly rate. So also some things to consider. Is your side hustle going to provide you with recurring income, right? So let's say you're making some kind of nutritional supplement that people are going to have to take every month, order from you every month. So having that recurring income really will allow you to have a lower profit margin as well, because you're getting money from your customers every single month. Or if you open up a membership website or something like that, something where you can get money every month coming from all your members, all your customers. You might want to consider pricing tiers, right? Offering maybe 3 different price levels, right? Like an introductory price, a mid-level price, and like a very exclusive, high-end price. So you can put them any way you want, bronze, silver, and gold packages, things like that. So the more you pay, obviously, the more you're going to get. So giving your customers a little bit, some options um, onto how they can do business with you, whether it's, on the, introductory low end, or if they want, the full-blown experience, on the high end. So I would say no more than 3 options. Once you get past that, people start to get, a little confused. They become more tentative, and they're not going to pull the trigger. So 3 pricing options is usually a good deal. And then thirdly and finally, you want to know what the current market rates are. You don't want to be so far above the market or so far below the market that people are going to start to think like, what's wrong with this guy, right? So if you're way below the market, let's say the current hourly rate for copywriting is, I don't know, $110 an hour, right? That's like an average. And you come in at $20 an hour, people are going to wonder like, why is he so low? Because the average is 110. This guy must not be very good. Conversely, if you're at $230 an hour, people are going to wonder like, why is he so expensive? He's like way above what the current market value is for this kind of type of service. So keep that in mind. And again, all these things, when you consider them, when you factor them in, everybody's pricing is going to be different, right? No one, even if you're in the same industry as someone else, your pricing is probably going to be a little different than what theirs, what your competition is. So, factor in, what you're going to what you want to get out of this hustle, side hustle, as far as overall income. Then break it down to how much time you can spend or how many products you can sell, and then you'll very quickly come to a pricing model that will work for you. So again, tinker with it. I'm actually thinking of raising my per call rate from 25 to 45 bucks per call, because the more I look into the industry that I'm targeting, their average sale is close to $8,000. So I think the market will support a higher per call rate. But we'll see. Again, I'm definitely going to go above 25 bucks. I'll probably maybe somewhere around 30, 35. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 45 bucks an hour per call. All right. So that's all I got. Work on coming up with a pricing model that works. Like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And see you tomorrow.